For those of you in your 20s and 30s, does the world feel like an unending storm? It seems like every day you're told you must pivot, adapt, and succeed immediately. It can be overwhelming. Let's talk about a 24-year-old named Marco, who lived in a small village surrounded by mountains. Marco was constantly restless. His mind was a whirlwind of thoughts. He spent his days feeling sad about his past and worrying endlessly about his future. This mental storm left him so exhausted he could unsleep well and had even forgotten how to smile. When we feel obsolete before we've even truly begun, we have to seek the wisdom of those who have walked this path before us. Marco heard about a wise old man living in the distant hills. This elder used to be a famous psychologist in the city, but he had left that life behind to live quietly with nature, occasionally offering advice to visitors. Marco made the long, tiring journey and found the elder sitting peacefully on a porch covered with greenery. Marco pleaded for help, explaining that his mind was just too restless. The elder didn't offer some complex technique or modern roadmap. Instead, he gave Marco a lesson in absolute presence. He filled a glass of water right to the top and challenged Marco to walk to the edge of the village and back without spilling a single drop. Marco started walking down a narrow, busy road. Dogs were barking, shopkeepers were loudly calling out to customers. Yet, he focused so intensely on the water that he didn't even notice the children playing on the side of the road. When Marco returned, the elder smiled and revealed the truth. When your mind stays in the present moment, there is no space left for fear, confusion, or extra thoughts. Marco realized that peace wasn't something to be found outside, but something already inside him. To calm his mind, he had to keep it in the present. If you're young and overwhelmed, remember Marco. Stop looking at the daunting horizon of the future. Focus on the glass of water in your hands right now. Master the present step. Now, for those of you in the middle of your journey, maybe in your 40s or 50s, and for our elders aged 60 and beyond, your challenge is different. You might feel that new systems or younger peers are outpacing you, but true mastery isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing yourself and guiding others. Let me take you to a quiet corner of a city, where a 12-year-old boy named David lived. David was energetic and loved playing soccer, but he was deeply frustrated. He had received a poor grade in math, and he was upset because his friend Matt always seemed to score highly, no matter how hard David tried. David's father, embodying the quiet strength and legacy of an elder, noticed his son's unusual behavior. He didn't scold him. Instead, he took David outside to their peaceful backyard garden to teach him 3 life lessons. First, the father had David invite Matt over to play soccer, a game where David easily dominated and scored 3 goals. Matt, unfamiliar with the game, struggled. The father pointed out the harmony in their differences. Matt was great at math, while David excelled at soccer. The lesson: we all have our own unique strengths and passions. You don't need to be a master of every new technology. Bring your unique, seasoned strengths to the table. Next, the father asked David to observe Matt at school. David noticed that Matt was constantly engaging with numbers, solving puzzles, calculating change, and even counting the petals on a flower. The father explained that Matt was good at math because he practiced it often. Improvement comes from consistent practice. If you want to learn a new skill later in life, you simply have to keep practicing. Finally, David tried to study math 3 times harder than usual, but he ended up with a throbbing headache and fell asleep. His father gently explained that when you try to master something you don't enjoy, staying disciplined is incredibly hard. But when you study what you love, discipline feels much lighter. The ultimate secret to success is to either study what you love or learn to love what you are studying. To the elders listening, notice the profound role of the psychologist and David's father. Without their guidance, Marco would still be lost, and David would still be comparing himself to others. Your experience, your scars, and your calm in the face of adversity are desperately needed by a world that's moving too fast. Skill and passion do not have an expiration date. To the young, quiet your mind. Focus on the water in the glass. To those in transition, find what you love, practice it like counting petals on a flower, and step boldly forward. You are not obsolete. You are exactly where you need to be, holding the exact tools required for the next step of your journey. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, please consider subscribing for more.